Okay, I'm just trying to figure out how to play freaking music with the mic off. Yeah. Mm. Okay, yeah, it's private right now. Okay, come on. Add your other tabs. I don't need you. Do it. Oh, that's how you spell YouTube. It's a bit hot now. Okay, turn that on. Wait, can they hear the fan? Hello, hello, I'm talking. I don't know if you can hear my fan or not, but yay, hi. Oh, wow, amazing. Wait, can they hear the fan? Hello, hello, I'm talking. I don't know if you can hear my fan or not, but yay, hi. Oh, wow, amazing. I don't think they can. But okay, the real question is, I don't need to have music, but it would be fun.
Chancellor Merkel, the staff would love if you could join them for drinks. We are celebrating the completion of the lobby restoration.
Okay, okay,
Oh,
I'll
yeah,
talk so
that's
you
right.
can
So
see
all
if
the
it's
plastic is gone and
over
the
the voice
dust
or
that had
whatever.
us coughing, yeah.
I
So yeah.
apologize, Chancellor. For drinks, we are celebrating the completion of the lobby restoration.
Okay, okay,
Oh,
I'll
yeah,
talk so
that's
you
right.
can
So
see
all
if
the
it's
plastic is gone and
over
the
the
dust
voice or
that had
whatever.
us coughing.
That's too loud. Where did that come from?
So they said it would take 4 months.
They always say this. And how long did it take?
4 months and 1 day. German builders.
Oh, let's stay, Angela. A drink would be nice after the long summit.
Well,
Can
I've
I-
been in a room all day
That's
talking,
no, if I do
while Birgit here has been having fun
this
at the
one,
London
then it's like
Dungeon,
two
huh?
voices of me.
Yeah, but I got you an Amberlin fridge magnet
Okay, I'm talking
and
still.
a
Oh, but
pareo
if
from
I...
Accessorize.
Oh, I love accessorize. They have the best hair ties and the flippen-floppen. Flippen-floppen, yeah.
Let me get you a glass of champagne, ladies.
Okay, I don't know if that works.
I love accessorize. They have the best hair ties and
Oh.
the flippen-floppen, yeah.
Let me get you a glass of champagne, ladies.
It actually worked. Hold on. If I do that,
How's my hair, Birgit?
take it
Not
down to
too
like
sexy
15
and
or
poofy.
whatever,
I don't want
and
to
then
look like Stram
continue
in
talking.
front of
I'm pretty sure they
staff,
can still hear me,
Today
even
I
though
met with that Greek
I can just
finance
turn on my
minister,
internal
and he was
volume,
all over
but the
me.
YouTube volume shouldn't be too much
He's
affected.
behind me. I hear this.
Take it
Not
down to
too
like
sexy and
15 or
poofy. I
whatever,
don't want
and
to
then
look like Stram
continue
in front
talking.
of
I'm pretty sure they
staff,
can still hear me,
Today
even
I met
though
with that Greek
I can just
finance
turn on my
minister,
internal
and he was
volume,
all over
but the
me.
YouTube volume shouldn't be too much
He's
affected.
behind me. I hear this.
Take it down to like, yeah, okay, okay, um, 10. Now my voice will just seem a bit over exaggerated or whatever.
Squeak of his leather jacket and then this floral.
Okay, so I'm talking again.
woody
It's like,
smell.
okay, hi, hello. I don't think you can hear Merkel talking. Or Tracy Ullman playing Merkel. Exaggerated or whatever.
Squeak of his leather jacket and then this floral.
Okay, so I'm talking again.
woody
It's like,
smell.
okay, hi, hello. I don't think you can hear Merkel talking. Or Tracy Ullman playing Merkel. Okay, okay, I think got it. Lower it down even more if need be. But my voice is definitely more prominent. Hi, Ella. Why I wonder why. Oh, okay, here we go. Ugh. Hi, Ella. My dog's here. Now, what do you think you're doing? Hmm? So cute, Ella. Well, that's what I gotta look up. Okay, I know that no one's here yet, but I will start the live stream off with updating this, because sadly, of course, former Vice President Walter Mondale passed away, so I have to update this video for the next inauguration. And people keep saying, you gotta update it, update it. Hey, you know that this person passed away, so you gotta no. The top pinned comment is me saying any changes will happen next inauguration, so calm your horses down. Guys, yeah, no, I shouldn't. I should just. I don't know that's how that works, my stupid. Sorry, my throat's a bit off, I guess. I don't know. 228. Is it 50? It's 50, okay. He was. How old was he? Like 90 something, I would assume. Ella. 93. Hey, what are you doing? Ella Saki. Ella, what are you doing? Crazy. There you go. And I also got to update Jimmy Carter, but I'll do that at the end of the period. Oops. End of the term. I'd also change his photo. But there you go. Anyone watching? No, not really. Oh, hello. Hello, everyone. Hi, if you're watching. Hello. Now, back to the meat of the subject. The German federal election again, because I'm still working on it, but I do think I can finish it. At least, definitely this map part. I do think I could just finish it in general by the end of today. By the end of the stream. I can work on the Japanese one. That happens like a month after the German one. So yep. Oh, hello, John. Z. What do you mean Z? Excuse me. Yeah, my throat's a bit off for some reason. I don't know what it is. It's like I'm always either drinking water or coughing or something. It's a bit annoying. But what are you gonna do? So yeah, again, if you guys have any questions or anything, you can just put them in the chat because I'll answer them. Okay, hold on. I figured out my I think I figured out my audio, maybe, so I can play music, but I don't know, you guys can either say, hey, it's too quiet, or hey, it's too loud. But either way, it's like, because I would honestly prefer it if it was too quiet, because then you could actually hear me, which makes sense, but I don't know. Hello, Val. Hello, everyone. Hope all of you have had a wonderful day or week. Yeah, I just started working on this thing again, the map, the election, of the German election, I should say. Yeah. So if you have any questions, put them in the chat. I'll answer them, of course. Because I have nothing else to do except do this, which is very exhilarating, I would say. Okay, I'm gonna try. Hold on. You guys, I'm gonna like play something, and then you guys gotta tell me if it's too loud or too quiet or anything, because I think it's kind of good, got a good like audio level, but I don't know. You guys gotta I'm gonna talk while it plays because it's not. It's like the beginning. Hold on, I think it's quite a funny video, but you can't even see the video. So I'm talking, and so like yeah, I'm talking. You can hear this. I think you can hear me at least. I don't know if you can hear the audio. You should be able to hear the audio, but there you go. If you guys tell me you could hear me or whatever, then that'll be helpful because I want to play the. I want to play the rest of it. It's. I don't know. You guys know who Tracy? Oh, excuse me. Tracy Ullman is, but she was portraying Angela Merkel, and she sings a song, which is actually quite funny and good. Okay. Oh boy, I saw that. Oh. Alright, thank you, Val. Okay, today Italy is playing against Belgium. Yeah, good for Italy. You know what? For you, Val, I'm rooting for them. I don't really keep up with European football, whatever, or just football, American football, and or like international football that well. But you know what? If you're supporting them, then I'll support them as well, even though I don't know how good they are. 'Cause, you know. Okay, I'm gonna play the thing. I hope you find it funny.
I have been talking all day.
Then sing, sing.
Skillebop, 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 toota. Skillebop, 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 toot. My economist told me we'd be broke in a week. I said, darling, all these figures, to me it's all Greek. Everybody everywhere wants our money, and they wonder why we Germans don't find things funny. If you bail our nation, you expect a little gratitude. But let me tell you, baby, all you get's a lot of attitude. One long, never-ending economic wreck, at the end of which is Germany signing every check. I'm a honey with the money, and honey, it ain't funny when the honey with the money has to shell out all the money. And it's funny how the countries that are sunny need the money, and whose idea was the Eurozone? Skidlebab, 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 doo-da, far, far, far on the Autobahn. Scooter-da, 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 99 Luftballon. The papers strike is near my claim. They extort us all in Portugal. Go to Slovakia, they just attack ya. When you're hanging out with Putin, don't put your foot in, or else Putin will put his boot in. There's an inner Putin, Vladimir Putin, Mamma Mia, the mess in Crimea, 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 Crimea River. What you gonna do? Sing, sing. I like soul and R&B. And Eurovision secretly. I speak Russian fluently. Good accent apparently. Got a degree in chemistry. At Leipzig University. I've never taken LSD. But she drinks beer occasionally. Favorite sandwich BLT. Her middle name is Dorothy. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get me an Uber. Uber here. Yeah.
Okay, there you go. That's it. uh, yeah, thank you, Belgium. Oh, in no, hey Matt, my day in Cascadie's been going so well. This last week it was super hot. Goodness, it was like 110 degrees Fahrenheit. It's like record-breaking temperatures in Cascadia this past week. So like, goodness, I went to the lake. It was quite nice. Well, something happened, but I don't need to talk about that. It was a bit sad though. But other than that, it was quite a refreshing time because it was so hot. Unbelievable. Global warming is still a thing in the time in EVW, but like, I don't know. Could be worse, could be less, I don't know. I only have that developed. We're not talking about EVW, we're talking about the German federal election. Hold on, you said something about first half the score was 2-1 for Italy. Okay, Italy's doing well, I think. I don't know. Again, I don't understand sports that well, especially European football. Or just, I shouldn't say, I almost said Australian, international football. Because, you know, I'm American, so I follow American football and all that. Barely do. Okay, that's still happening. So yeah, if you have any questions, put them in. I'm gonna put a link to the freaking video because I really do think it's quite funny. It's Tracy Ullman um portraying Angela Merkel, and then she sings. Okay, Belgium got a score at the last minute. I'm currently playing a. I like the USSR mod. I mean, not the USSR. Oh, stupid. I like the TWR mod because, like, as they say, it's the realistic. And I like realism. Sure, like it is realistic, and I like TNO, and I like Kaiserreich, and I like Führerreich, and I like um Christian War, because like they have their entire own war development, an entirely different like world, not just like real world. They had to develop lore. I'm sure they based it off freaking Piccolini. But I like old war. Oh, I can't say words by now. Old world blues. I don't really play. I never played Fallout before, but it's a Hoi 4 mod, so you gotta love it. And I like Epramale Deluge. I think that's the first full game I played. The first full playthrough I did, I was like France and Epramale Deluge. And I think I did pretty well, even though I was pushed back to like freaking. I wasn't at war with Italy, but I do remember I was pushed back to the eastern side of the Rhone River, where like the river where Marseille is on. I don't know. I speak. I technically learned French, but I don't know how you pronounce the Rhone River. But like yeah, then I pushed back, then I reclaimed land, and then I lost because I was not good. I'm still not good, but it's all for fun. That's the entire point of all these alternate history mods. Like I love alternate history, but then you gotta play the game to when you're not that good at it. I don't know what they mean, like 4 widths or whatever. Like, what do you 40 widths? What do you mean by that? Okay, we don't need to talk about Horde 4 mechanics, but still confusing. I do like iSorrows and all those guys. I haven't watched them in recently, but I'm subscribed to them still subscribe to them out of principle. I only dream of it. Thank you, Matt. I worked on that for like how long did I work on that? No, I actually didn't work on it that long. To be honest, I committed to saying I'm gonna work on that video, and then I did. Yeah, and so kind of it dwells out, kind of shows more of the history and lore of the timeline more. Lore more. Okay, I kind of rhymed there. Yeah, I came up. There was like a couple of things I came up on the spot. Is that it? Is that one? I don't know. Is that an actual? Sometimes the quality of this map isn't good. German election. I need an actual German election map that's actually filled with colors. Okay, so yeah, the whole West government and the whole in France on that. I came up with that like on the spot because I thought that would be fun. Oh, there you go. That's a map I can look at. Because I need to see if this is actually a district. Because like sometimes these borders kind of mush up together, and I got to figure out if that's. Oh, look how tiny that is. How is it? Oh, see, wait, hold on. No, not that. Is that? That's a different. That is a different. There you go. See, I wouldn't have known that if I didn't look at it. So there you go. I think that's all of them. Yeah, yeah, it's good enough. And if there are any other mistakes, I'll fix them while I put the video in. But forgive me, but my throat has been a bit odd recently for some reason. So I've been coughing and like trying to. I don't know. Like your next video will be the re-uploadable. I don't know. I don't know. I was working. What am I working on? I don't know. I was gonna. I might do another. I don't know honestly. That's what I'm thinking about. That's why I was gonna. I might do the South African War, and because like I've shown you guys that a bit, and like it technically there's a ceasefire in the timeline right now, so it might be over. Like I don't know, it's like all complicated, but I might do something weird world because as I said in like my free, again I can't speak. As I said in my previous stream, I wanted to focus on real world stuff again. So, like I felt like EVW allowed me to make videos, but also they weren't too hard, as I didn't need to do too much research and look at other in real world videos to like research and all that. But I might do. I kind of did a. I can do a teaser to this, I guess, after this, because I was working on like a history of the maritime republics. I'm pretty sure you know this, Val, like Venice and Genoa, and all them other, and Pisa, and all those maritime republics. Like, I was thinking I might do that as my next real world video, because it's like I don't think there's not a video about that. And I want to do videos that are original, so I got to look at videos about like the history of it, like Italy and history of Venice and all that. But it's all my own work based on their work, because yeah, I don't know, not quite sure. So yeah, if any of you have any other questions, I might hold on. I really do need another song. I'll play this. No, I don't need your ad. Get out of here, you weird thing. Now it's loud. Okay. Cause I did. Okay, shush. Okay, this is the anthem to another fake country in one of my more favorite timelines, alternate history timelines. Oh goodness, you okay. Oh. National Socialists instead of the Fascists. Okay, I understand like there was a difference between those two groups. There was like, of course, Hitler, and then like there was another like right-wing party. But I don't know. I think I honestly I'm not well in depth on German politics, especially during that time. Like I don't know, because I don't know about their policies and all that. I'm sure they're like nationalistic, of course, but they're definitely not at like Hitler levels or something. I don't know exactly. I don't have a knowledgeability to make a stance on that question, Val. See, that when I was listening to this, it's actually quite nice. Because like I need to figure. I want to make an anthem for my country, for Cascadia. Because like I based Cascadia off New England, and this like the timeline from where this song comes from. It's like it's an amazing timeline on the alternate history. It's like our fair country, our fair show. Because like the creator, she made new timeline. She made a new timeline, but it's like largely similar. Okay, any other questions? Any questions in general? Because I want to talk about stuff. How's all of your guys' day? Do you have any other summer plans? Because I'm just working on the German federal election map, because that's coming up on my birthday, literally. Okay, the song is over. Really, don't play another song. No. Goodness. Oh, my more Hermitcraft videos. Okay, I think the events from 1938 happened. Maybe the USSR would have invaded the Baltics and Poland. Maybe the Germans and Italians would have invaded Russia. I think I'm sick. It's the only explanation I have now because I'm coughing. My throat's, I wouldn't say it's not sore, it's just off. Makes no sense. Okay. I don't know. But it makes no sense though. So yeah, if any of you have questions, I guess I could talk about, I don't know what to talk about. That's why I need questions. That's why I need all of you commenting. Because I'm such an amazing, proficient YouTube streamer. Everyone knows that. I got 10 viewers once, concurrent viewers, then I haven't achieved that massive success ever since. And oh yeah, I wanted to I reached like 2,500, which is a quarter of a 10,000, which is amazing. Thank you all. We did this. You guys helped me achieve this because you guys like my content so much. You guys like, I'm gonna subscribe to see if he improves any better. Sorry. Okay. But yeah, thank you all. It's like a post at the beginning of the actual year was like, I hope I can reach. My goal is to reach like 10,000 by the time I graduate high school. Like, okay, bud, you're a bit over dramatic there. You're overachieving a bit. Like, I should have lowered my expectations about how popular my channel would be because it's still a mapping channel. And by the beginning of the year, I think I had only like like 2,000 subscribers, so it wasn't really a lot to from. I needed an increase by 8,000. That would have been more than 1,000 per month at that point. So like, okay, calm down, me. It's not gonna, you're not gonna, that's gonna work out. You should have thought about that better. But I'm still glad. I didn't think. See, that's the thing about YouTube. First, you like, say, I'm just gonna do this for fun. I don't care. Yeah, I'm speaking of myself at this point, at least for me. Okay, hold on. Let me read these comments. Did Dmitry Yazov did? No, Matt, Dmitry Yazov, he attempted a coup against the Soviet government during the Second Russian Civil War because the Soviet government was signing a bunch of peace treaties and negotiating peace with the rebelling states. Hold on, I could actually show a map. And so like he thought that, oh my goodness, Russia is losing all glory because he was still the marshal of the Soviet Union, so he's like leader of the armed forces, if I'm correct in that stance. And so like he just says, nope, no, the Soviets have failed Russia, not really the Soviet Union, but Russia it's herself. It's like, get out of here, I'm gonna take charge and bring Russia back to her former glory, which was lost under the Soviet Union. Soviet Union. So I have a bunch of timeline maps that didn't really work out. Because I still got the Russian Civil War. Is that good? But I was working on like a series so I could post it on my alternate history thread. But there you go. You got. I don't. This is kind of good. See, the Soviets they have that, and that's the Russian Republic. That's the personal Russian. Yeah, and I gotta work out. Like, there's still the Civil War. Then Putin comes up. I was thinking he would join the Civil War, but then like after losses to like the junta and the Republic, like he just coups himself, Zhuganov, and then he gains power, and then the Chinese take this area. That's the North Chinese, I should say. So it's like it's like Transamur and Kaiserreich, but they're communist. They're like Soviet communists. So like, yeah, Yazov's here. He has that's the kind of thing. Yazov has the military strength. The Republic has the military strength, and like the Soviets, I don't know. They just have like the proper they're collapsing. I don't know. Like they have the populated area still, as of just in Siberia, as he usually is. I think. I don't. What country does he play? Omsk? I don't remember. I don't really play that much TNO, but I know that he's like a meme for TNO or whatever. But like they signed the Soviets under Zhukov and Yaniev, like had a peace with the Baltics and Poland. They're still kind of fighting in the Caucasus. So like yeah, it's all a bit crazy there. Still. Okay. Da da da. If you had one free week, where would you go and what would you do? Would you bring someone on your trip? Val, I honestly I don't know. I was gonna take a trip to Iceland for like school or something, but then I couldn't afford I couldn't afford it, so I couldn't. But like I think just because of that, I think that would be like the first foreign country I could go to. I know it's like you didn't say country, but I know it seems like a cool place. Honestly, like the geothermal outdoor pools, just like it's a hot tub, but it's powered by geothermal energy. Like what? I want to go there. The people seem nice. I watched um Eurovision Song Contest Story of Fire Saga on Netflix, and like I know that's not the best representation of Iceland. Like Iceland's a cool place. I'm sure of it, but I think if I can go there, I would for a week. I'm sure there's many things to do. They seem nice. Yeah. Because I would go to the Philippines, but it's dangerous there. And if I had to go, I wouldn't go by myself. I don't know what I would bring. I would probably most likely bring a friend, obviously, because if I was family trips are expensive, so I don't really want to. If I had to bring a family member, then all my other family members would be like, "No, hey, okay, I guess we know who the favorites now." So I don't want to do that, but I'll just bring a friend maybe. That'll be like a fun trip during the summer. Where would you go? What would you? I kind of answered that, but thanks for that, Val. How is Russia doing in EVW? Is 2020, 2021? Yeah, right now it's under the leadership of Putin. There's still because there was a civil war so recently, and like Putin did coup the government. He's not as doesn't have a strong grip on power, so the oligarchs are like he's technically a national socialist, so like he's like a very nationalistic social socialist communist person. Like now the oligarchs do the civil war, they gain some powers. Now he has to appease them, and like there was still protests. So, like there's a war in the Caucasus. There's a bunch of his grip on power is not as secure as it would be as it is in our timeline because it's like so new. Like 10 years ago, the civil when did the civil war end? Because technically the civil war ended, the Russian Civil War, I should say, the second Russian Civil War. Sorry. Figuring it out. I'm looking at my data banks of lore. I don't know why I keep saying Google Docs offline Chrome extension is missing. It's not. I have it downloaded, but like when I keep clicking enable, it's not enabling. It's weird. But yeah, I'm just gonna say the Japanese have a civil war too. Kind of what causes them to surrender in the timeline. Because I do really, next part of the rewrite for the Second World War. Because I needed to like freaking change. So like the second Russian. When did it end war? Technically, it ended on the 16th of November 2011. So a decade ago. Still hasn't ended. Well, it has. A decade ago, it ended. So it's not really a long time for him to secure power. And then right after the words, there's like a mountain war, like the Mountain Republic. Those ethnic groups in the Caucasus, and then there was a bunch of other economic instability, political instability, and so like his power is not as good, and the oligarchs are the only ones putting him in power. But of course, they can always change their minds. Like the military leaders, like some of them were still liked Yazov, even though they still continued to fight for the Soviet Union. Like it's civil war. It's not like the Soviet Union collapsed semi-peacefully and he was able to consolidate power slowly. No, he couped the government with his intelligence services. Because like you think of him as Beria, because like he's head of the like whatever the KGB is, this timeline or whatever. But like he's like the intelligence minister. So like he quits the government. So like now he's in power, but great. So but your grip on power is a bit tenuous at most. So calm down, Putin. You're not a complete authoritarian yet. That was a nice thing. Well, that's nice to hear, Matt. I do want to go to Iceland one day. So I'm really, I don't know. I don't know how. I don't know when. I don't know why. I just want to go to Iceland. What inspired you to start mapping? Did you have a person who inspired you, or just start by yourself? I kind of did. Well, no, that doesn't make sense. Where did it start? I started because like I love history. That's my favorite subject, along with politics, I guess. And so like I don't know. I don't know women. I don't think anyone. I don't know. I don't. I can't. Stupid. I don't know what my first mapping video I watched, but I'm pretty sure it was like Tiger Star or something. Like he's like the father. Emperor Tiger Star is like the father of mapping on YouTube. So like I took inspiration from him, and then I watched a video by Oli Bai and like how he explained. I don't even. I think he's a he. I think he's a he. Like how he mapped. Like he did a tutorial for that, and like okay, I'll do that. And so like I watched his video, and I've been mapping based off him ever since. What the heck is that thing? Oh, it's in Bavaria. Is that okay? Yeah, that's good. I'll just do that. But like yeah, and like I followed him in the the tutorial I got paint.net, and I used I went to these exact settings. It's like always at like 75 and like 50 or something. And so every time I start the video or like start mapping, I change it to 10. Change that to 10. I click these from that to that. Yeah, because that's how he did it. That's how he explained it. And so ever since I've been doing it that way. The only thing that's kind of different from both of them is that I use the Garamond font, as you can see here, even though they used Times New Roman, but I didn't know they used Times New Roman, and I couldn't find, like, I didn't know what font they were using in their videos, so like I just looked at the first font that I thought looked similar, and so like I saw Garamond, and so like that's what I've been using ever since. I use Garamond font instead of like Times New Roman font, and I don't think I'll ever change it because that's my font that I use in my videos. It's on my font. I don't own the font, but like it's one of the more differences. And I copied, yeah, I mean, I can say copied because like his style is very similar. And I copied and or was inspired. You can choose very much by Tiger Stars. Cause like you got the gray sidebar. Hold on, let me show you an example. You got the gray sidebar. There you go. See, hold on, I'll do this. It evolved over time, but you got the gray sidebar. You got like the time thing at the bottom. You can either have the title of the video. You got your weird boxes and all that. It's like you got your map. It's like a very simplistic style, but if that's what the professionals are doing, then that's what I would do. So that's actually been quite an amazing journey for me, honestly. So yeah, that's why I haven't really made. I said I would make uh uh mapping tutorial and a comment. Like I just can't. I don't know. I don't. I honestly don't feel like it. Like that could be me being lazy. You know, just me. That's how I YouTube. So yeah, thanks for the question, Val. How's Hokkaido doing? And no, how is Hokkaido doing? Because with the collapse of the Soviet Union, there was like those East Asian protests and revolutions against communism, and so like the both in Brazil and in North China. Yeah, though Brazil's not in East Asia, I know that. So like you know what I mean. So North China was on their own, even though they were heavily backed by the Soviet Union, because like North China is definitely not as powerful as South China. Like, because it got like South China is definitely more populated, more economically viable, developed, I should say. So like you had the Mongolian Revolution, and then you got and the Uyghur Independence War, and then they became a republic because they were like a puppet client state under the Soviet Union, I'm gonna say, but I think they kind of definitely tilted under the North China's influence when the Soviet Union collapsed. They had their own problems later in the early 2000s, but you know that law's a bit off. The law's a bit out there, and now I'm yawning. Why am I tired? Sorry, I'm like crazy. So about Hokkaido, back to the subject of Hokkaido. Hokkaido was independent. I'm sure you know this, but like Hokkaido was invaded by the Soviets, and that was like a main reason for them surrendering because they didn't want the Soviets to invade mainland Japan because they feared like the communists would take over and overthrow the emperor and all that. And I got to devolve that to be a part of the Japanese Civil War, but you know that's the thing. So Hokkaido either becomes a republic or and then joins Japan later on, or they become a socialist. Like I don't know. It's quite difficult to tell because I don't want China just to be the only communist state. I want them to have some stability in the region because they'll still have Korea, which is all of North Korea, except North Korea is all of Korea. Think of it like that. Then you got like communist Transmore, and then you got Mongolia, and then you got like Tanautubo. And if you lose Hokkaido, then the that's the thing. I don't know. It's a bit complicated. So I can't really dwell on that. But most likely Hokkaido would be more independent. Most likely become a republic instead of communist because they're too far away across the sea, and like China is North China. I gotta continue saying that is more spread thing because they had to deal with Korea, they had to intervene in the Soviet Union with like occupying like Vladivostok and all that. So yeah, no, Val, Cosmic Sands is not a good character style. That's just me hating on Cosmic Sands. I don't know if you like Cosmic Sands and you can like it, but I think it's just a font. Honestly, it's just a font. But like, don't use it. Don't use it at a funeral. Don't use it as a wedding font. Don't. There are things that don't need to be made in that font. So, yeah. Yeah, we're going back to the German elections. I kind of talked about this during the first live stream, but I wonder who. Because like it says, stop messing up. There you go. Do it in smaller bits. It's like the polls show that the Greens actually have a major chance of winning the elections. So I love 1002. I love good for you, Void. Void for Phenomenon. I love how you love your own kind of things. What's the geopolitical situation in Indochina? Okay, I can show you a map of that because like Indochina is like the Yugoslavia of the timeline. Even though Yugoslavia technically exists, but they're like a constitutional monarchy under like whoever the king of Serbia was. So like, well, let me finish this line. What time is it? It's almost 40 minutes. I most likely will finish Bavaria. I haven't what I'm gonna pull up. Oh, I'll pull up the world map because I updated it to reflect kind of what I did in the previous bigger maps. Oh, so open. There you go. So I don't know. I might take this out because like with the collapse of communism in the mid 2000s or mid early to mid 2000s, you know, Indochina was like the Yugoslavia because like you see Yugoslavia is a constitutional monarchy. It's like they got the king and stuff. So like you got Vietnam there, the Laos there, you got Cambodia there, and you got like communist remnants in there. Because originally I was up there, and I made no sense. It's like I wanted like the Hmong people involved, but then that would still make no sense, so I put them down there. But I don't know. It still seems a bit odd. I feel like they would still lose because like just depends on how communist they were. If they were like Vietnamese style communists at the end, because like they modernized and they become more industrial, like maybe they wouldn't. Like if they were, I don't know, but I don't know if I'll keep like communist South Vietnam because they were heavily backed by, of course, the North Chinese. Like the Laos, like the Cambodians and the just like wanted independence because they were united to push off the Germans and push off the French that came back after the Second World War, which they didn't really hold on to that long. So I don't know. They were united for that cause. It's like India with the other groups. They just wanted to push off the French and all them, but like they're not as united as they were. But I don't know. I think I could maybe do something. But I'm not. My lore is not developed for this area. But then there was also another. That's why North Borneo, what I named that, Sarawak, whatever it's called, is independent because they're communist now. That's a whole different thing. So yeah, kind of what Indochina is, Matt. I won't have the role to write the text in. Okay, well, it's another song. Hold on, I'll play some other music, maybe. I think it's just meme music. Not really meme music. Oh, wait, is that a... Hold on. Boom, see, if I didn't see that, then I would have just made it into, like, a single, like... What are they called? Districts? What are they called? Constituencies. No, they're called... Okay, good for me. Okay, back to German politics. Well, like... Do you guys think the Greens are gonna win, or at least have the major party and lead, like, a coalition government? Because that looks likely to me. I gotta look at the polls again, but I don't know. Seems like a possibility. It's definitely more plausible than it was like a year ago. Everyone's agree about that. It's not a foolproof thing, but it's definitely a thing that could happen. Let me look at the polls they aggregated on Wikipedia. Oh, the Greens are going down. Oh. What are you doing, Gun? You used to be up in... What happened? You were like ahead of the CDU and all of them. Okay, I don't know what happened to them, but they're declining for some reason. What happened? Like a history? What happened? I honestly don't know. I'm not up to date, but will Boer Republic be fully annexed by South Africa after the war? Um, I'm not quite sure. Honestly, I'm not quite. They might annex some land. Like the government was couped. The Acomp, the president of Acomp was couped after the government after he continued fighting, even though like they're international UN forces who had the like the entrance of Pretoria, which is the capital of the Boers. Like threatened more nukes even though they didn't have any because their nuclear facilities were bombed and destroyed. That's why they were more willing to invade into depths of the heartland of the Boers. I haven't really mapped that out yet in the video, but you know. So they most likely will occupy the Boers because it's going to be a hassle for them to fully annex all of them. They may have the Orange Free State and all that, but I don't think because it's still going to be majority white population. So putting them into the entire group is not what they want. But I got to think about that more because they could not. My thinking is that they would have to like force the Boers to write down a new constitution to like put international observers there. It's a sticky situation. What would you do if you had to do that? Like in a country based on apartheid, and like your two cultures have completely distinguished themselves, like for nearly like half a century, have grown to have complete discontent with one another. It's like South Korea. No, it's like the Koreas in our timeline. It's like not even that, because like it's like saying they have like white North Koreans and like actual Koreans, like the white Koreans like subjugating and apartheiding the actual Koreans. Like, what are you doing? So yeah, it's a bit of a touchy situation. I'm pretty sure the negotiators in Geneva are having a wonderful time because there's peace negotiations going on, and like debating what the future of the Boer Republic is more than anything. Because if anything, I don't think the South Africans would want them be a part of their country. Who has the best economy nowadays? Make a top 10. The UA, hold on. I would say Canada. And before the collapse of before I gotta say words me. Before the the collapse of the United States, they were definitely like Canada and America were the top two because America's still gonna be in America. They have like a huge industrial base, especially during the war, Second World War, World War II, I should just say more simply. Then Canada was like helping rebuild Britain and France and Europe and all of them with American assistance. Like America is like definitely more isolationist in the timeline. They were literally a founding member of the non-aligned league or whatever they call it in this timeline in OTL. So yeah, they still had massive resources. They were still technologically good, and definitely they didn't involve themselves as long as it wasn't in Cuba. Like Cuba still turns communist, but then that becomes America's Vietnam. Then like that's like the last major military involvement outside the borders of their own country, which is like last major military engagement at all. Because of course they would support governments that they would support economically or politically, but not really militarily, like with full blown people, because they would not do that. They would maybe send military supplies, but not like actual soldiers. That's not what. I'm not going to send a bunch of American boys to die in like Brazil during the Second Brazilian Civil War. And besides, they would lose anyway, because the communists would take over. So yeah, I would say like okay for today, like in 2021, Canada is definitely still is. I would have to think. Okay, I'll type this. I'll type this right here for you. 35. You got Canada. You got. See, that's the question. How developed is Japan? Because Japan could be like today's Japan and all that, but I don't know. Maybe they're not as good. Well, they could even be because they were nuked. They were nuked 4 times. They have a communist threat in Korea. They could be more dictatorial in like in that fear. I don't know. I don't know. And like, how good is Europe? I would consider France to be like this world's Germany because Germany is like the UK. Like they voted to leave the European Union. You had Germany leave. So I would call maybe France. The Soviet Union would have definitely had a bigger like thing, but then they're like they're a lump of their former selves. So yeah, I don't know. Then maybe South China. This isn't a concrete list. This is like really a top 10, but I would consider these. It's like China. China's gonna be China. I can move it there actually. Stupid. China's gonna be China, especially South China. So like they're definitely more economically developed. And you got like the UK maybe. Then what's another major economic power? Let me look at the world. I'm not a good judgment on economies. Maybe Japan. Maybe Japan's doing good as well. You got Japan. You got. Okay, hold on. What are the top 10 economies now? It's a good place to start. I kind of got a largest economies in the world. Before I look at that. Oh, are there any other questions? Oh, there are more. Da da da. India. Okay. So that's okay. It's either between Brazil and India. It's India wasn't fully at India's capabilities for a while because you had like South India independent, and you got like Balochistan and Punjab independent. It's quite, I would put I don't know. I'll put Brazil before India, but they're still up there. They're quite close, I would think. No, it's not. They're not even Brazil anymore. They're the second Soviet Union. They're the second Soviet Union. That's what they are. That's what Brazil is. They're the second Soviet Union. What else? Maybe Australia. What's the list say? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. Come on, Wikipedia, show me a list. Australia's up there, I would say, honestly. Should I put Germany in? Would Germany be more advanced than Italy? Because I think it's between those two. South Korea is number 10 right now? What? South Korea. Okay, that's the thing. Is Italy ahead of Germany? Hmm. I think Germany would still be ahead of. They would definitely be ahead of Australia. They would be okay. They would be ahead of the freaking second Soviet Union, which is a meme. And like, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be Italy. It's definitely not gonna be Korea because they're not South. They're not South Korea that became all of Korea. No, they're North Korea that became all of Korea. There's a big distinction between those two things. Is that 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. And then maybe North China? I have no base. Maybe wait. Maybe Italy. I'll put no. I just put Italy. Me stupid. Come on, I need one more country. One more country. One more country. North China, Russia. Oh no, they're having the economy's garbage. Australia. I'll put Australia. Maybe North China. Did I just put Australia? I don't think I did. I'll put Australia. No, Australia's amazing. What are they now? See, they're 13. That's not far. They're ahead of Spain and Mexico. Taiwan's 21. Good for Taiwan. They have a bigger economy than Poland and Sweden. The countries that are not even the countries that are legally internationally recognized countries. A bit sad. How long is it? Oh, almost an hour. So yeah, there you go. That's a list. So this is kind of top 10, but I wouldn't consider it. That's not canon because I'm not really good. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not good with economics. Okay. How's the UAR doing? They're technically the United Arab Emirate, not stupid. United Arab Republics of the Levant, and they collapsed. Because you got Syria there, they have Lebanon still, but they're still revolting. But then Palestine gained independence and the freaking Jordan gained independence. So now it's just Syria. Because that was technically them. So they're no longer united. Well then let me finish this section and I'll look if you guys have any other questions. That was a tangent. That was me just figuring out what countries were existed in the timeline and seeing which one would be economically advanced enough to be in the top 10 economies. Da, 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 da. Fine, there you go. There you go, that's good. Okay, let me see now. Sorry if I'm being a bit loud. It was maybe Brazil and Russia. Russia would have a massive questions. Yeah, now Italy is way behind. If you're talking about art, like in the real world, maybe. I don't know. I'm not. I think so. Well, you guys got your new prime minister. He's a technocrat. I learned. So like maybe he'll fix everything. I don't know. That's what the government hopes, definitely. Okay. Okay. I wanted to talk. It's like the German elections seem very interesting because like with Merkel no longer. I talked about this last stream. Merkel no longer leading Germany and therefore being the de facto leader of the European Union. Like, who's going to lead it? Like, there's going to be a power vacuum that either the EU commissioner or EU president or whatever those two people are called, like Ursula von der Leyen and that like the former Belgian prime minister, I think. Like, are they going to take charge? Or like Macron going to try to take charge of the EU? Is that his goal? Does he want France to be the leader of the EU? Is that what that's because that's what France and the UK are like in this timeline in the EVW because if there was like an I think pretty sure like during the economic crisis it was both Britain and France helping the countries out, the EU countries out, and that's why they're a bit more dominant in the EU. Think of France as the Germany of the timeline, even more so economically and though they have the militarism of and imperialism of today's France with the economic power of Germany, so it's kind of what they are. And like Britain's like in an in between place because like they moved towards Europe instead of the Empire, and so now they're debating whether they want to have more control or influence in the Empire or like the Commonwealth of Nations, I should say, or in Europe. Because with the whole entire Anglo Canadian split, that's still kind of there. Because like Canada, though for their technical underling under the Queen, like way is more powerful than them. They have like a larger population, I think. I don't know. I gotta look at that. And they definitely are more powerful militarily and more world influence. So like, are they gonna look towards the Commonwealth or are they gonna look towards Europe? That's what they're sticking at right now, and I don't know what that would happen because like all of you could have made that decision. All of you could have done that if I was able to make a Hoi 4 mod, which I really wanted to do, but was not able to. Yeah. Oh, I finished Bavaria. At least these bigger ones. I gotta do like the city inserts, but I. That's all of I got Bavaria. Clap in the chat. Whatever. I don't know. Not really a big milestone. But there you go. Let me fill all these in with white. There you go. That looks like Germany. Put that in. There you go. You got Germany. You got Deutschland. Save that. Now I gotta do that and like do these city inserts. An hour. It's been an hour. Okay. Do you guys have any other questions? So what's going on in North Africa and Central Africa in EVW 2010? Stu, are you crying, Ella? Hi. I'm yawning again. My dog's here. Oh, he's so cute. What's going on in North Africa? I have a map again. Bless you, Al. So it's not really that different. I canceled the Sahrawi Arab Democratic Republic and I just made them go to Morocco. And then Algeria. It's like Tunisia is like the only like Tunisia and Egypt. They're like the only two functioning democracies. It's like all these other ones like authoritarian. It's like these two are allies of the French and like Europe. It's like you still got the king in Egypt under a parliamentary constitutional monarchy. Then you just got like a republic in Tunisia. And then you got like all these Islamic groups based in like Sokoto and Azawad and like the Sahel. It's like France is definitely involved in that. There was actually an article in one of my past news articles on the thread on the alternate history thread that talked about it shortly in one of those snippets. But what the fun thing is, it's just like with those African cities that Spain has, with the French like migrating to North Africa during the Civil War, they were like, oh, there's like a large population like in like Oran and Algiers and Constance, even though I know Constance is down here, but they just put Constance there. It's like, okay, now we got like cities during the Algerian War of Independence. So now there's like three like French cities in North Africa and Algeria that caused like two, 3 wars, and like France was still able to maintain them because like imperialism and pride and all that. So yeah, that's what's been going on in North and Central Africa, Matt. That's our peak. We reached a peak of 7 concurrent viewers. Okay, what else do I want to talk about? I said I was going to talk about something. Now I forget. I don't know. Here's an election map. This is Cascadia. I got all the seats planned out, I think. I'm working on it. But this is the final map for the elections next year, which are happening, so yippee for that. It's gonna be fun. So, when did Sokoto gain independence? When after when. Sorry. During the collapse of Middle Africa after Germany capitulated in Europe, here's a map. They gained independence. There you go. This is 1945. This is right after the end. This is like at the end of the year 1940. The only major German presence is around Dar es Salaam, or I forget however you pronounce the city there. And like Sokoto, they were gonna be occupied by the French, but they had more pressing matters to attend to. But they did control their former colonies and like not even Cameroon. They did occupy Cameroon, but there's like they're gonna like migrate all those Germans out of there and put French in there instead. They're gonna like move them to where the borders are in Southwest Africa. Most likely, no, they're gonna most of the German population in Cameroon went to Southwest Africa, so that's why there's like a thing there. Like Sokoto gained independence because like the more Muslim part and like there was the more Christian part, but then like the Igbo, this other native group I think gained independence, but then Nigeria would just invade them again. Even though technically all of this should be once again under British like colonial administration, they only got Lagos, technically Ghana too, but they only got the Gold Coast, and so like they did get like all these parts because it's not a big place, kind of. I don't know. Like so, yeah, that's what happened to Sokoto. So yep, that's everything. I did finish the main German map, so I did technically succeed in that. Hopefully by next week I'll move on to something else because I don't know what I'll move on to. Maybe I'll make the maritime video. It's a bit awkward, but you know what? I hope all of you had a wonderful day. I'm gonna sign off. Peace out. Glory to Cascadia and all that. So, bye everybody.